Okay, so this is like one of the most important relations in 200 level physical chemistry, and I'm going to show you how to derive it. So we want to derive Cp minus Cv equals R, and we're given these definitions. So a good way to remember these things is that whenever you have these, so to speak, energies, internal energy and enthalpy, when it's a derivative with respect to time, their slope is usually these heat capacities. This is the heat capacity at constant volume, this is the heat capacity at constant pressure. So, moving on, and we also know that this is the ideal gas law. This is, we're going to need this. So, moving on, I always like to start off with this because more often than not, a lot of things are derived from the definition of enthalpy. So, you know, just moving on, take the differential of every term. Don't rush ahead and do this thing with this term. Don't go ahead and do this, saying like, oh, constant pressure or whatever, you know, volume changing or this, or another situation, or this for that matter. Like, none of these are gonna work for this. Like, we're assuming something else here, you know. So moving on, we sub, where's my pen? We sub this into that. So moving on, we have du plus d nRT. From that, nothing's changing. Moles isn't changing, like, because usually in a sample we're not really changing the quantity, and R is a known constant, so those come out. dt, and now we use our definitions of heat capacity. So from this partial right over here, just by separation, we know that it's, oh shit, and from the other one right over here, we know that, and just because we're working with like molar quantities, the units work out, so you can multiply them by moles, like the amount of substance, and they're already like extensive properties, so it means they depend on the amount of material, so just go ahead and multiply that side by moles, right? And the units of heat capacities, they're already like defined as, that doesn't matter, already defined as joules per mole Kelvin, right? Or any temperature for that matter, but either way, they depend on the amount of material. In this situation, at least, that's what I want to do. So we have our expressions for du and dh. We can go sub them in right here. So putting it back, we have ncp dt ncv dt plus nrd dt. Bring it over. ncp dt minus ncv dt equals nr dt, and now you can see some common terms. DT's, oh crap, the DT's cancel out, the N's cancel out, and you're left with Cp minus Cv equals R. And I guess at the end of the day, if you didn't multiply these by moles, oh crap, if you didn't multiply them by moles, it would have been fine, because then you would have been left with this. And that's not really an entirely different thing. It's just it implies something different. But for this matter, usually your heat capacity, the way it's defined is it's in moles. So it's best to multiply your thing by n, right, for your moles. And either way, we have proven our thing.